So, Jain students, our next module will based upon the organization of production, how we organize our production and what kind of things we need to produce. Actually, our main aim to produce is to provide goods and services and to satisfy the wants of the customers. Okay, so in that case, what kind of inputs we require for producing any good and providing any service? First of all, we need land. Okay. Second ones, we require human effort, that is labor. Third one is physical capital, and fourth one is human capital. Now, land, labor, physical capital, and human capital. Okay. Now, why we need land? Land and other natural resources can be means we need natural resources. Okay, in which we also need water, forests, and minerals. Labor, which helps us to take out the activities. Okay, means some labor are the people who do manual work. Okay, here you can see the many laborers are working on this machine. They require some laborious task or laborious efforts. So who can do manual work? Okay, and every worker is provided the labor necessary for production. And when we need a worker, and where you see an employee is given salary, here worker is given labor. Okay, it means every worker where it has been allotted to do task, or where it has been assigned to do task in any production activity, they are provided with labor. Okay. Third requirement is physical capital, that is the variety of inputs required at every stage during the production. We need tools, machines, and buildings. These tools, machines, and buildings are being used for several years. Means they are the material which are being purchased for high amount and being used for a long time period. Okay, these tools, machines, and buildings can be from simple to sophisticated. Sophisticated means where a small farmer can use simple tools and simple plow, and building can be its small for wall a room, where a big farmer can use sophisticated machines such as generator, turbines, even computers if he or she is doing any official office work. So in production we use these kind of fixed capital for many years. Means anything which is used in production for or over many number of years is called fixed capital. Okay, now in order to carry out the production we need raw material, even cash, to bear the expenses of day-to-day or bear the day-to-day expenses. Production requires a variety of raw materials such as yarn used by the weaver, clay used by the potter, and even dough needed by the biscuit maker or baker. So here money is always required during production to make payments and other buy other necessary items. So here raw material and even money, raw material and even money, they are being used for carry out the production, and this is called as working capital because they are used for small period, because when raw material is being purchased it is consumed and then we require more raw material, so that's why it's exhaust after some period of time due to use and due to engagement in the production process. And also as well as cash, even if I say you have 1,000 rupees today, you spend it on something and next day you again have 1,000 rupees, it means you need again 1,000 rupees. So this requirements changes every day. Okay, it depends upon your requirement, how much you require that resource or that much of thing. So this is working capital, where they are used up in production for small period of time, and they are being used, and they are required to purchase after its usage. But it is not with same with these kind of fixed capital, where we can purchase these machines and tools and buildings one time, and they can be used for long period of time. But raw material and money and other things which are used for working of day-to-day operations, these are called as working capital. Okay, so this land and other natural resources, labor or physical capital, who will use these things? One person is required to combine all these resources in order to produce with efficiency and effectiveness. Means with proper utilization of resources, there should be no wastage, or there should be minimum wastage, so that we can cut our operational cost and production cost. Such as, if I waste the material, if I didn't use the tools as I have to, I am not using buildings, I'm not taking care of the buildings, that means it is deteriorating or depreciating. Yes, it depreciated, but we are not repairing those machines and buildings, it will come to no use. Such as generators, if they are not repaired, they will one day will become useless, and you will waste your money which are spent for high amount. Okay, so yes, this kind of or this chunk of people who put its effort to combine all these resources or all these production inputs are called as human capital. It can be a person who is specialized in combining all these resources and do something productive, and even without any wastage, or we can say with proper or optimum utilization of resources, they can produce qualitative. So here in this picture you can use the where building is set up, or this production is set up, we need land, even labor is there, machines are there, and it means fixed capital is there, and even human efforts are also being put. So these people are being supervised by any manager or any supervisor. So he is the person who is actually managing all these tasks, and so giving instructions and giving directions how to do work. Okay, so when production is organized by combining land, labor, physical capital and human capital, is known as factors of production. Clear? So next we will do farming in Palampur. How farming in Palampur is done.